Yeah, Kevin Curtis played Utah State. Well, he came to Utah State as a transfer, started out at Snow College, played with USU, got national recognition, went on to the NFL, played for the Rams and the Eagles, among others, and he joins us now in the Full Court Press. Kevin, thanks for spending some time with us today. I know it's a busy time for you and your family right now.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a wild ride, but yeah, glad to be on with you guys.
Hey, Kevin, I first want to ask you, we just read out of the gates, Deven Thompkins is about, 92 yards, I believe, away from surpassing you in receiving yards. Have you been able to watch him, and what have you seen out of Deven? What impresses you the most?
I have. I wish I would have been able to catch a lot of the more games this year, but I've seen plenty just in the few games I've seen to just see what a unique talent he is, and what an incredible season he's having. And yeah, I'm excited for him. He's going to go well beyond the numbers I put up. So, and the things I've noticed in the games I have been able to catch, I follow a lot, on the phone when I'm not watching it. But yeah, just the way he can track the ball, some of the catches he makes, just incredible ball catching ability. And, he's got speed, and yeah, I played with a lot of guys kind of that same size too, and he, in the NFL around that size, and he's the things he can do is it's pretty awesome to watch. So man, I'm a big fan.
Kevin, the being able to do what you did and what he's doing, it's rarefied air. I mean, there aren't very many people who have games or have seasons, like the one that you had, and what Deven is putting together. What kind of accumulates to make that happen? And it's a series of a lot of things that just kind of build over time. What was it for you that kind of got you to that position that you could have the season that you did and the career that you had at Utah State?
Well, a lot of luck. I think I look at all the things around me that, I guess sometimes, some of those numbers go to one guy. But, yeah, I mean, my first year there playing with Emmett White, one of the greatest ever put an Ag uniform on, that was pretty nice when every team we showed up to, they all he's got all their attention, and no one's really worried about me. It's kind of easy to get some favorable matchups, and there's the team around you. It's hard to have success as an individual if you don't have things around you that just that work. And and the offense I was a part of, sometimes we kind of feature one receiver, but I mean, we had other receivers too. I don't doubt they could have put up just as good of numbers, or comparable numbers as well. And so sometimes, one guy gets a little more credit, but when there's a lot of other hands, a lot of other people that deserve a lot to go with it.
Kevin, if I got this right, maybe I have it wrong. Did you, Emmett White, and Chris Cooley play on the same team at one point?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
it's like a holy trinity.
Holy
right there.
Crap!
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. I played my first year was Emmett's last year, and Chris had been there as a freshman. I came in as a junior college transfer, and so Chris had another year after I left. But kind of a similar thing. I think my junior year, kind of got a lot of attention going into my senior year. And then they found out pretty quick we had another guy, Chris Cooley, that can do a lot of damage. And so that was nice for me too as a senior, because he started getting a lot of attention from some of the stuff he was doing, and allowed me still to get some touches and do some things.
I remember when we spoke to Greg Grant for basketball that he for a long time held Utah State's scoring record. And Sam Merrill was approaching it and was about to surpass it. And I remember talking to him, and he was a little sad to see his record broken, but he was happy for Sam in the type of player he was and what he was doing to represent the university and kind of the success that he was having. how does that feel for you as a longtime record holder for Utah State and seeing it that it's on the verge of being broken?
Yeah, I mean, what's sad is how long ago that was I played when I start thinking, like, oh, yeah, that was almost 20 years ago. I'm like, wow, it's really been 20 years. I'm getting that old. That's the sad part in all this. But as far as to see, I mean, you know, to see my record, if it gets broken, which, you know, totally expect it to, yeah, those things are meant to be broken. You know, it's and to see the kind. I mean, watching them this year a little bit when I've been able to, man, to see the likes of a player like that, to be kind of in that, a guy like that to beat it. You know, it's pretty neat. Like I'm happy to see it. It means good things if, you know, there's that kind of success going on. That means, you know, the Aggies are doing well, and so yeah, it's nice to have your name attached to it. But kind of like I was saying earlier, sometimes those records, it might have one name behind it, but, you know, there's a lot of people that play a hand in that, and yeah, I think it's time to put a new name there, I think.
What are the similarities that you see of Deven Thompkins within your own playing?
You know, I wish I could had a chance to watch him a little more. You know, I know I never really liked necessarily being compared to other players, and I don't, you know, intend to say, you know, me and him are similar in ways, but I just, you know, from what I've seen, just the way he kind of attacks the ball, you know, his catching ability is first class, and then just the speed he has to get down the field. I know for me, I don't know if I made some of the catches he made, but I know speed was a big part of my game, and I think he has that definitely as well. I know for me, my first year there, we threw so many little bubble screens and screen catches that you know, some of those things are deceiving. You see, he's about to pass me with about 20 or so less catches, and you know, I caught a lot of those easy little screens, you know, and then just took off, and so it's kind of, I wouldn't even try to pretend to compare the kind of season he's having to what I did, because I think I got a lot of easy catches like that, and you know, and then just kind of took off. But I think that's one area I think maybe we kind of have some similarities, just the ability to get down the field and with our speed.
Are there games that stand out to you more than others in your time at Utah State?
Yeah, there are some for sure. We were kind of I was kind of there in that period where we were independent, so we played a lot of big schools, you know, played a lot of ranked teams. It was tough. It was tough on the win-loss record for sure. But, yeah, to be able to go into and play against some of the quality of opponents, you know, I know we went down to Baton Rouge, played LSU down there, you know, Nebraska, Oregon. Had a lot of sleep the last 2 days, so it's hard to having a hard time kind of remembering some of the details, but yeah, kind of playing some of those big stages against some of the better players in the nation.
Were you a part of the Hail Mary game against, was it New Mexico, when Jose Fuentes threw that thing in the air and they caught it to send it to overtime?
Yeah, I was. I think it was Chris Stallworth, if I remember right.
Yeah,
they caught the Hail Mary.
Yeah, on the other side. That's right.
Yeah, I was part of that. That's definitely a game that sticks out. I know we had Oregon kind of, I think they were ranked top 5, 4, or 3 or something. We had them up in our place in Logan, and we kind of had them on the ropes going into the fourth quarter, and we kind of let them off the hook. But that was a game I remember being so close, and kind of, I mean, there's some bad memories too. I remember BYU, we were up 34-3, I believe. See, that's a number that's burned into my brain. I'll never forget. But we had them up 34-3, and somehow kind of gave that one away. Lost by 1 or 2.
Did you have a pick six to end the first half?
We did.
Yeah, there was.
I think Jerome Dennis, I believe, got a pick six. Everything, first half, everything was just, it was like a party. Everything was going right. And, second half, we couldn't put them away. Couldn't finish.
How hard was it to play independent football instead of being in a conference, competing for a conference championship? How hard was it for you guys to stay motivated through a season without having a conference?
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, it's interesting because I know part of the allure of me trying to walk on to a school, I actually like their schedule just because I initially was had some interest in going to Kentucky, and I thought it'd be just to play in the SEC and kind of play in those kind of big programs. So for me, it was actually kind of a selling point in going up there to walk on because I kind of felt like, oh yeah, we'll be able to. Looking at the schedule, I'm like, yeah, I want to play against the best, and so I kind of liked it. But the reality is, it's tough. It's tough, playing a lot of those big schools. It's tough on the morale, wins as far as wins and losses go. But yeah, I think we did a good job, though. I think there's a lot of pride as a group, and we went out and we competed and we played hard and. Yeah, it is. In hindsight, looking back, never being part of a conference like that, I don't even know what that would have been like. I mean, that does sound like a lot of fun to have an opportunity to play for a conference championship and to possibly get to a bowl game. Those are things I didn't get to experience. So.
We're talking to Kevin Curtis, absolutely one of the all-time greats at Utah State University, and it always blows my mind that you had to walk on.
Oh, God.
And the type of career you had. You didn't get a scholarship until you were a senior. And then you set all these records. You went to the NFL. Before you got there, super fast in the combine. It's become historic how you did in the Wonderlic test. And then you go to the Rams, and at the time it was the fastest game on turf. But that NFL career kind of got disrupted with some cancer. I wondered just how are you now? What's your life been like since then for you?
Oh, since the NFL and the cancer, is that?
Yeah. Mostly, my biggest concern is the health wise. How have you been since the cancer stuff that you went through?
Yeah, no, I'm in good health. Yeah, I'm in great health. That kind of did some things to remove it at first, and then kind of monitor it. And about 5 years down the road, kind of showed up back in some lymph nodes, and so I had to end up going the chemo route, and that is a really treatable kind of cancer, and yeah, they did a really good job, and I don't know how many years it's been since the chemo, but getting monitored for 5-6 years after, and there's been no signs of it coming back, so I feel great, and sometimes I kind of forget that ever happened, as far as just because I feel in really good health currently.
Well, congratulations on the recovery. That's awesome. Aggie Nations is happy to hear that. Hey, you come to the game. I know you just have kind of a busy week, and congratulations, by the way, on the new addition to your family.
Thank you.
Aggie Nation was wondering, are you going to be able to make it to the game tomorrow night, or are you going to be doing dad things?
Yeah, I think I'm a first-timer here, so I kind of originally hoped to. Our due date was November 11th originally, and the baby decided to wait an extra week. So we're actually still in the hospital. I think we're going to go home tonight. But, I'm not planning on making it, unfortunately. But it would have been nice to catch them. Last game at home, right, this year?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Well, no.
Cross your fingers.
Maybe. We might have a conference
still
championship
a chance they
game
could host
coming
the
up
conference
here.
title game, yeah.
Oh, so I don't think I realized that. So they could host the conference championship game.
And I'm going to actually call Utah State out on this. If we are hosting the conference championship game, this man and his family better have tickets without him having to purchase a dang thing.
Oh, my gosh.
They better take care of Kevin Curtis, or else I will have something. Yeah.
There will be a reckoning.
Yes, there will be from all of Aggie World, too. So if we're hosting that game, Kevin, we better have you there, and I think Aggie Nation would be more than happy to take care of you.
Yeah, I'd love to be there for that. They were happy to take care of me this week. I know I had a few people reach out and
awesome.
Offered John Hartwell offered to split
Aw.
the box with them, and a couple other folks as well offered tickets, and
That's
so
great.
That would have been good to be there, man. I'd love to see Deven make history, and along with his teammates, and get another win and try to lock up this conference championship.
Hey, really
title.
quickly, one more memory question, if I could, please. But I remember reading hearing a story about, I think Doug Hoffman told me this, the media relations director, but you had caught a long pass, and someone had tore your jersey from behind trying to catch you, and Mike Baer got duct tape or some kind of tape and taped the inside of the jersey to your pads. Do you remember this?
I feel like I do remember. I do remember the tear. And
I just want to remember. I just want to know if it's true or not.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah, it sounds right.
Holy cow, that's incredible.
I feel like I'm having a hard time talking. Going on a couple nights of no sleep, but as best of my memory tells me, I think that's pretty accurate.
Kevin, last question for me, and we'll let you go so you can be with your young family. But what's life been for you after football, after the NFL? I mean, what are you doing these days?
Yeah, it's been somehow. I'm trying to think now. 10+ years have gone by like that. It's crazy. I originally was going to take a year or two to just kind of, enjoy some time off, and then kind of find a new career path, a new dream, and next thing you know, 10 years later, I think part of that is some of the health stuff that popped back up, and spent some time getting healthy. But other than that, I've really just got involved with a little bit of high school football and playing way too much golf. And then I recently got married a year and a half ago, and have the kid coming. So that's or the kid's here. The kid is here. So that's kind of how I felt my last 10 years. Not a lot, but I've been enjoying it.
Kevin, congratulations on everything, all your success at Utah State. Thank you for everything you did for the university. Congratulations on being a father, and to your beautiful other half as well. Wish you and your family the very best, and we look forward to seeing you hopefully December 4th.
Yeah, definitely.